All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're finally painting the Monte Carlo 87 Aero Coupe. I've had this body way too long. It's my buddy David that works at RCR, and we'll be shipping this out to him as soon as we get done with it. We do have the interior for it. I'm not going to do it in this episode. I'll do that separately. Again, last minute. It's Saturday, and we're trying to get a Sunday video out, and just in time for Daytona on Sunday. And anyways, this body is non-existent. There are no more. This is the best looking Monte Carlo body ever produced, in my opinion. And if anybody out there likes the Bulatech old RC, if you have the BL2357, please make more of these. Anyways, we're going to do a little research before we get too deep into this paint job. So we'll ride out to RCR and check it out. And then, yeah, we're going to do it for Dale. Check it out. What better place to do research for our next paint job? There's a few people in here today. Seems a little weird talking to my camera by myself in here. But I had a few friends that worked here and still work here. And I actually knew the painter and one of the crew members. And that's who owns this body that we're getting ready to paint. And hope we do it justice. We got one shot. It's an irreplaceable body again. And it's Saturday. And this is a Sunday video, as we always do, last minute videos. Check out that quarter scale. It's a pedal car. Anyways, let's do some more research. All right, we got some masking cut. I'm using vinyl. I've done it before. You've seen some of my other videos. I'm out of masking material. I would have used it, but I don't have enough to do the whole car. So we've got our numbers. We got our quarter logos on. Still got to do the hood and the bow tie. And then we won't be far from taping up. It's a pretty simple paint scheme. If you've seen Earnhardt's cars, just silver around the bottom with a red stripe. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So we'll hop back on when we get more masking done right before we start painting. And so far so good. Using that painter's tape again, the 3M painter's tape from just Lowe's. Nothing special here. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, we're working our way around the car with the fine line. We're not mounting this car on its body on a car because I don't have wheel openings. I don't have a car to put it on. We're just doing the body. But we're just taking our 1/8 inch fine line, FBS blue, and going around the bottom of the car. And on the real car, it is notched for the number. So we're going to go around the number with another piece, and then we'll just trim off our ends. Later on, like the Luminas, the Goodwrench car ended in a point, or it ended and it had Lumina right in the middle. But the Monte Carlo was a straight line all the way across. And we got a little bow tie on the hood, or on the header panel. And the silver goes all the way around the back in a straight line. So it's a very simple paint job. And yeah, it's 3 colors, no big deal. Other than the GM on the hood is blue. It's just black, silver, and red. So anyways, let me finish this fine line up. Come back when we're ready to spray some paint. All right, we got all of our masking done. We got a number on the headlight. We're going to leave the grill. I've seen several different pictures of the car. Sometimes it has a brake cooling ducts or some sort of cooling ducts in the headlight. Sometimes the grill's outlined in silver. So we're just going to leave it black, and we may go back and add some silver Sharpie or some details with rivets and such. And I've got an old Autographics detail sheet for stock cars. So we do have a window net and some NACA ducts and some hood pins and such. So we'll add little details once we're all said and done. Anyways, we got our Goodwrench GM on the back and our number 3 on the back. And yeah, let's spray some paint. All right, we got an irreplaceable body, so we're going to try something new. I'm going to try the Traxxas Pro Graphics paint. I haven't used it yet, and I've heard good, bad, different. At least the way it sprays. It sprays a little different. They got different nozzles on their caps from what I understand. But anyways, we're going to give it a shot on this irreplaceable body, so wish us luck. It does have a very fine pattern, which is a good thing. With it being fine like this, you'll have less of a chance of piling the paint up. There's one coat. We're getting there. The purple ain't getting it, but anyways, I'm going to put like 2 or 3 coats of this on to make sure it's good and covered. Yeah, there we go. There's our first coat of black. And then we'll do silver. Probably go back to the airbrush because I have all the colors. Again, I didn't buy all the colors of the spray paint because I already have plenty of airbrush paint. I just want to show you that you can spray bomb some of these paint jobs with no problem. So here we go. All right, we got all of our black on. So far, my initial feelings about Traxxas paint is it's pretty nice. It sprays really smooth. It looks really nice on the inside. It's got a kind of a sheen. Durability, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But this body will never be ran. I got a couple little blow-throughs. That's my fault. Just the tape coming up on the edges. I got 2 corners come up. So I think I talk about this on every paint video. These little wooden sticks you get to clean your cuticles out. You find these in the health and beauty aisles. They clean overspray off. Any kind of blow-through cleans it off really good without messing the body up. So I'm going to pull this blue tape off. We'll clean our corners up, and then we'll come back and spray the silver. All right, I don't know if I can get this on camera or not. I had a little blow through right there. We're going to take the stick. I'm going to show you an example of how handy these things come in play here. Just a little rubby rub on there. If it's being stubborn, like this is spray paint, sometimes spray paint is definitely more stubborn than the water-based paints. You can take just wet the end of it a little bit with some rubbing alcohol. Right there, bingo, we got our blow through cleaned off. We're going to do the same thing back here on this corner. We had a little blow through. We'll have to clean that corner up when we do the red stripe. But yeah, we're going to repeat the process and clean this up. All right, since we're on a roll, I did pick up some Traxxas silver as well. And we'll use that on there. We'll just use that red for airbrush. Although I do have some Tamiya spray can. We'll see how that goes. The actual red on the real car is not truly a red. It's more of a GM engine orange. It's a reddish orange. And I couldn't mix that to get a little bit more close to the real thing. Generally, everybody just uses red. If you use the old Autographics decals back in the day, they were just red. But here goes nothing. I did do a test spray on my trash can to make sure the stuff even worked. But it is a high metallic silver. And the guys down at Anderson were telling me that these cans spray different, and they do. They kind of sprays in a circle pattern versus your traditional spray can. It's kind of busted up. I think that helps with it laying out. And it also helps keep it from bleeding because you're not putting it on super wet. Silver's pretty transparent. That'll probably take 2 or 3 coats as well. I may back that up with some gray. I always do my dark over light. If I'm doing that, I'll put a little bit of gray over it. It's just black and white mixture, just to make sure the red doesn't show through the silver and make it turn pink or something. But so far, I'm liking the Traxxas paint as far as sprayability and user friendliness. It's about as good as anything I've ever used. So we'll get this dry. We'll come back, finish it up, then we'll start pulling all of our red off. All right, we got our 2 more coats of silver on there. This silver is super flaky. Definitely use it in a well-ventilated area. I should be wearing a mask. And make sure you got an alibi. It looks like you've been up in the club. I went ahead and backed it with gray. I want to make it totally opaque so any of the colors don't show through. So actually the next color we're going to do is blue. We're going to try to peel out the GM on the hood and the quarters and on the rear tail panel. And we'll spray the blue. And then we'll do our red bow tie, red outlines around the numbers. And then once they're all red, red needs to be backed up with white anyways. So we can combine our steps so we can finish the body off with our white. And we'll be done. So anyways, let's get to the tedious task of peeling out this tiny GM a little bit bigger GM on the hood, and get this thing wrapped up. All right, we got our GMs pulled out. They all weighted really good except for the actual one that was made with paint mask. I had to go back and cut another tiny GM with vinyl. The vinyl's thinner and it weeds easier, so the tiny letters just didn't weed. I just kind of pulled them out. So problem solved there. We're going to spray our blue, and then our red outline around our numbers, our red pinstripe around the bottom of the car, red bow tie, red numbers on the front and the back, and then back it up with white, and we are done. All right, for our GM blue, we're just using Parma Fast Color, Fast Blue. It's kind of a medium dark blue. It's not really dark, not really, kind of in the middle. And it's just about a perfect match to the GM logo from what I can remember. There we go. I'm going to put 2 coats on. 1 coat is covered. I'm going to put 2 just to make sure. And then on with the red. All right, I got all the masking peeled off. That's going to be red, as you can see. The tiny outline on the 3s came out really good. We cleaned up our corner. It's not 100% crispy perfect, but we got it cleaned up really good. Average person probably never notice it. We got our tiny 3 in the back outline peeled off. And like I said, our pinstripe and our bow tie. So I couldn't help myself, and I mixed up some, I just took fast orange and fast red and made me a more orange red. Totally not necessary, but I just want to get it closer to the actual car. And like I said, it's more like a GM engine orange. If you ever seen like the orange on the Chevrolet old 60s and 70s Chevrolet engines or valve covers. And we just mixed up some fast color. I did put some reducer in it, but it's a little thick. A little cool out here today. Little sprays. I had a few people ask me about PSI and all that good stuff. This is a Iwata HPCS, and I do not have a regulator. I just kind of go off my ear, but my best guess would be between 15 and 30 pounds. Kind of varies. If I got something that's not spraying good, I may bump the air pressure up a little bit here and there. I do have a regulator, but I don't have a gauge on it, so I'm just going by the feel of it. I did have to go back and add a little piece of tape to my number. When I untaped it, I tore a little bit of the vinyl, so I had to fix that. Now we're starting to look like the Intimidator if he had purple numbers. There's my air compressor. All right, before my compressor kicked on, if you're wondering about that, I got a 55-gallon, 5-horsepower compressor running back there. We got 1 coat of red on. It was a little bit thick, like you've seen. I put just a few more drops of reducer in it. We're going to spray 1 more coat, and then we'll be ready for our white. All right, we got all the masking pulled off. Everything that's going to be white. Got all the purple gone, so we are ready to start spraying our white, and we'll be wrapping this thing up. I'm just using Createx Opaque White. This is right out of the bottle. No fancy reducers or anything in this one. And once we get this on, we will back it up with gray because I want the body to look finished on the inside. The real car, this era, was red inside. But I'm not going to do that because I don't want to risk the longevity of this body, because I worry about I've had it happen with mostly with fluorescent colors of the reds and the oranges mixing together or actually bleeding together over a period of time. So I don't want to risk it on this one. So we're just going to finish the inside with gray. So we do have the interior, like I said earlier. I got to get that painted, but it'll be a separate... I won't do a video on the interior, but I will bring this back before we ship it out. And we'll do a official unveil with it all done. All right, there's 1 coat. You're not going to see it till we're done. I'm going to get this dry, put 1 more coat on, then we'll back it up with the gray, and then we'll do the unveil. All right, we're all wrapped up. Time for our unveil. Boom. There's our Good Wrench, number 3, 1987, Aero Coupe Monte Carlo. And no, there is no most satisfying part of painting a body. There's no film on this body. This is an original body from the, I guess, late 80s, early 90s when it was produced. I want to thank David again from RCR for letting us paint this body. I'm sorry it took forever, but we're done. And I am going to add some details. We'll do some, I'll try to scratch up some contingency decals. Some of the details like the fuel filler, hood pins, stuff like that, window net. And I do have the interior. I think I repeated that 3 times now. But not to disappoint today, we do have another unveil. Boom! We did one for us too. So this body does have a film on it. This is a reproduction from Cebulotech. They call it the Berserker or something like that, but it's actually the Bowlink Beretta. And we're going to run this on the road course. We're going to run it on our TT02. And the film on this bad boy is pretty tight. All right, that's pretty tight. Take a minute to get that to set free. But anyways, let's peel the film off of this bad boy and reveal our work. Check that out. Yes, we're number 2. That's a Penske 2 on an Earnhardt looking paint job, but that's okay. Got our handle on the, or our logo on the hood. We did it in a Good Wrench style. We didn't do the outline. We did our handle on the trunk. And yeah, we will be seeing this bouncing off the walls at Turn and Burn on road course night. Not sure when we're racing again, but we're going to run a NASCAR style body on our road course. And once again, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching the channel. Thanks for supporting the channel. This entire video was done in one day. All of it. I went to the museum this morning. The only thing that wasn't done today was plotting out the logos. I did that last night, but as far as cutting, masking, painting, traveling down to the museum and back, stopping at the hobby shop, this is all done in a good 8-hour day. And there you go. And yes, for all you purists out there, the Monte Carlo Aero Coupe had a silver number, but they only raced it a few times when they realized they couldn't see it on TV and it didn't look good on the track. They went to white, so we went with the white number 2. So anyways, appreciate it. Thanks again, and we'll see you Wednesday.